Hey y'all. I'm only back on here for a short second, and plus, I'm just testing out what it's like to go live directly on YouTube because usually I do restream and then it goes to YouTube. But I figured I'd just say what I need to say on here because I realized I didn't fully express the point that I wanted to make, and I was just kind of going off in that last video because I'll be fed up with the shits I do. In terms of when I was saying about when I talk about the situations that I feel like people be referencing and talking about my life, but don't be talking about other people that be involved, right? That stemmed from a video that I seen recently that Jaguar Wright put out. Because I will say I respect the fact that she's one of the people that be going in on everybody, like everybody be catching it, and I respect that, and I respect that she's a truth teller for the most part. I understand, she got to do the whole Truman Show, speaking in code shit. I get it. She's good at it for the most part. Sometimes I'll be sitting here trying to decipher it or whatever, but I respect what she stands for and the fact that she's actually someone that I believe when she says she go to these spaces and really be, getting people out of these circumstances. I feel like she is a real warrior in that way, and I respect that, and I respect that stance. My point and what I was trying to say in my own personal life, because that was the inspiration of where I felt like I needed to reiterate that point. Even though I had already been saying this, I had already been saying this in live streams that, when I say, like, if you want to be mad at me, be mad at everybody. But my point is, I don't want to say that in the way where I'm throwing other people under the bus. I'm imploring the fact that, like, the point is, y'all don't care about actual accountability, because if y'all did, it would be a thing where we're looking at all players involved. But the point is, people just like propaganda. People just like to say the shit for the content, not because they actually care about the things that they're referencing. And I don't want people to slander everybody. You know, I would really like for us to get to a space where we can objectively look at a thing and say, okay, what can we do to move forward? Because here's the thing. For example, I understand that people who are young mothers don't always get it right because they're mothers and they're not going to have all the resources. They're not going to know the ins and outs of being a parent and taking care of a child the right way, let alone being a young single mother. I know there's challenges with that. So that's why I want to say, like, I don't want people to be just attacked for no reason. I mean, well, it's not that it would be no reason, but I'm just saying, like, okay, what's the way for us to be progressive as a community, rather than just saying, like, okay, let's make the content to just shit on people. How are we actually going to help people? Like, what's the point of the references? Why are we making the reference? Or if we're going to attack one person, why are we not looking at all parties involved? But if we are going to do that, like, we need to be bigger than that as a people. It's easy to just say, oh, fuck this person, we heard you did this, so we're going to attack you. Okay, and what does that solve? Where does that get us? Because unlike a lot of y'all just like to get on here and complain about stuff or just make the content. Y'all don't actually care about the thing that y'all say y'all care about. I actually care about solutions. I actually care about healing. I actually care about doing the right thing in the world, especially being a part of a village created for me to not do the right thing in the world. However, I was made to rise above that anyway. And all the shit that people want to shit on me for, I did that work on myself on my own. I did the work to build my character. I did the work. I did the work on my mental health. I did the work on building my confidence. I did the work on setting boundaries. I did on my own, despite the shit that people were saying about me. So my point is, how do we move forward as a community? Because it's very easy to judge mistakes that people do when they're young and when they don't know better and when they don't have the guidance. And instead of sitting here attacking and judging people, why don't we take a moment to try to understand people's situations and say, okay, this is years ago. They've grown a lot since then. Or how do we move forward from here? How can this be a teachable moment? How can we move forward? Because like I said, a lot of y'all just like to complain about stuff and then just, add to the storyline just to make it like, oh, okay, oh, we're all upset about this thing. Let me fake my story and jump in on a hate train. But nobody's actually trying to come up with solutions. Nobody's actually helping anybody. People are just complaining. People, and again, people are just making the content. People just want to get themselves out there. Like it's funny to me that I gotta figure shit out through people's celebrities hieroglyphic messages rather than the real people in my life that I thought we was cool. Like I thought shit was cool. Lo and behold, finding out motherfuckers got problems, but wasn't saying shit in real time or was going along with shit in real time. Or just, you know, it wasn't a problem then, but it's a problem now because everybody else got a problem. It was kind of like that era for Nicki Minaj, where everybody was on the Nicki hate train, and it was popular to say, "Oh, she don't write her rhymes," because it was a popular thing to do, not because people actually had a real problem. And it could be very easy to be like, "Oh, if all these people got the problem, then it's you." Y'all don't even be wanting. Y'all just take one side of the story and believe that shit, but y'all don't even hear the narrative of the people that you be talking shit about. Y'all don't even care to get to know that person. And clearly, the shit be going over motherfuckers' heads. Like the shit that people gossip about me about, that shit went over my head because I'm so far removed from the narrative. Like I don't even know what the fuck y'all be talking about. My experience, the lived experience, not what y'all might have been told or might have heard, my own lived experience don't match up with the shit that y'all be acting. Another angry black woman. Well, for one, if you don't want to watch another angry black woman, don't get on this live stream. And two, it's people like you, Steve, that influence women to be angry instead of judging the angry. Maybe try to understand yourself. You do that influences the anger of black women. Or maybe if it's not you specifically, maybe try to understand the experience of a black woman and why we're angry. Maybe try walking a day in our shoes, dealing with the things that we deal with. Maybe try having a perspective of what it's like to be us. Would you be happy? Or would you be angry? Would you enjoy being slandered and attacked and blamed for shit that don't be your fault? And then being expected to clean everybody's mess and then disrespected while you deal with it? Should we be happy about that? Sorry, I know I might be making too much sense for you. I'm not going to entertain that question. I'm not going to, because I feel like you're trolling. And I would like to think, even in this society of brainwashed people who like to speak in code and play these subliminal games, I would like to think that you're a little bit smarter than that. And you're really just asking this question to be funny. Or maybe you just need to understand a little bit about history. And that's okay. Maybe there's a little bit of research that you need to do. But just understand that the oppression and the attack and the ridicule and the humiliation of Black people and Black women happens today. And what makes me angry as a Black woman is when we do it to ourselves. That's all. What does the past have to do with right now? I don't know. That's what I wonder. Maybe you know a little bit more than me, Steve. Maybe you know a little bit more than me. Maybe you got the blues clues to that. But anyway, I made my point. Essentially, I just wanted to get back on here real quick and say, you know, I don't want us to yes, hold everybody accountable. Like, don't just look at one person, look at the full situation and try to hold everyone accountable. However, holding everyone accountable doesn't have to look like, oh, let's shame, attack, bully, and troll one person all at one time or a group of people. Like, yes, I get on here and I do be upset, but then I get on here and I crack my jokes and I be having a good time. There's a bit of both. You got to laugh through the pain. But my point is, how can we hold each other accountable in a way where we don't write each other off and um act as if people don't deserve to grow and mature and evolve, especially when they come from situations where they didn't have the correct guidance in those circumstances in the first place, where you have people intentionally either misguided, not guided at all, or pushed to situations where they're led astray intentionally. That's all I'm saying. You're being funny, and you've already heard what I had to say on the Truman Show. That's why you're referencing it now. So don't play on my live stream. You heard what I had to say. Anyway, have a good night. Much love to y'all. What I said. Watch the previous live stream, and yeah, have a good night. And wake up. You all are zombies being tricked into being into the matrix. You're agents. You move like agents. And I understand it's 30 years of things subconsciously. It's probably before you even realize what the deeper symbolisms were, just like me. Or maybe some of y'all knew a little bit longer than me. But my point is, wake up to the fact that there is a heavy movement on hate attack more than it is justice. It's not about that. It's not about like, oh, let's do the right thing. Because doing the right thing is correcting shit before it could go bad. Doing the right thing is preventing situations before it happens. Doing the right thing is guiding someone the right way. I think you know the answer to this. Stop playing with me. These questions that you're asking, you know the answer to. Stop playing the game and recognize what you stand for. Are you just playing to play? Or do you actually care about something? Do you actually stand for something? Or are you just wobbling on my chat just to be funny? Because you're not funny. What do you stand for? Don't let these celebrities and these people in positions of power play you, because they're just making money off y'all. They don't care about the things that they act like they stand for. That's it. All right. That's a live stream. Much love to y'all. Um, I'm not trying to be on here all night. I'll get back to the music eventually, but right now we in my Aquarian truth teller bag, so that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, that's what it's about. Let's actually address the problems, but give each other grace to grow. If people are willing to do the work to grow. That's all.